We're going to talk about the pandemic because we keep hearing from, people like Bill Gates, who, by the way, has COVID as we speak, even though he's been double vaccinated and triple boosted or whatever it is. He still has COVID. Plus, we hear from Dr. Anthony Fauci from time to time saying that we need to stay ready to mask up and lock down. My next guest has a different point of view on much of this. Dr. Stephen Quay is a physician, a scientist, a graduate of the University of Michigan Medical School, and author of Stay Safe, A Physician's Guide to Surviving the Coronavirus. Doctor, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, Steve. It's a pleasure.
Greatly appreciate it. You're coming to us from the other side of the world, just so people know. You're in Taiwan, which is just an interesting point of fact to me. Technology is a marvel, and it should be working to our advantage, and yet it's being used against people more often than not, it seems to me. Last week, you and Senator Roger Marshall, who's been a target of the Democrats, but Roger Marshall is also a doctor. For people that don't know, he is a senator from the state of Kansas. He's not been there terribly long, so people are still getting to know him. But you put out an op-ed talking about what we've learned so far, about what we've been through in the pandemic and what we can do differently going forward. Let's start there. Tell me why you wrote the op-ed and what the point is.
Yeah, so I met the senator a year ago when I testified in Congress, June 2021, about the origin of the virus. And there's abundant evidence inside the virus, so the virus doesn't lie. Abundant evidence inside the virus that shows that it was a manipulated natural virus with gain-of-function research, partially funded by the U.S., partially funded by the Chinese. And so we've kept in contact, and he would like to make some changes that may be very important for preventing the next pandemic. It would be very nice to pin down what happened in this pandemic and then take those learnings into the next one. Because part of the research I did showed that the laboratory in China that made the SARS-CoV-2 with about a 1 or 2% mortality, depending on the data, is about 2 years behind in doing the same kind of research with the Nipah virus, which is 60 or 70% lethal. So we really need to have a grassroots effort, if I can help it, mobilizing people to have a discussion and to have new laws to change the way gain-of-function research is managed.